Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I'm doing something a little bit different. I found this website and it's called QST Magazine. It goes from the years 1915 all the way up through 1969, and I thought this was pretty neat. And some of it's pretty rough shape, some of it's pretty rough, but I thought there were some good articles in there we can browse through and take a look through. And without further ado, I'm just going to click on some of them and see what we got here. So the first one that came up was December 1915 was the very first issue, looks like. And here's what it looks like. I'll go up here to the top. Let's see what we got. So, an amateur radio wireless magazine, price 10 cents. Wow, back then it was 10 cents. So that's what it used to look like, the first logo. And then the American Radio Relay League for the month of December 1915. Two new bundle specialities. The straight line renewable contact radio key. Wow, that's a nice, must have been the very first original Morse code. And then by far the best and handsome transmitter yet produced. Not only the contacts renewable, but they are kept in a straight line with perfect surface contact until completely work out. Interesting. And the lever remains in its original horizontal position. Fading signals caused by varying resistance of contact points are entirely eliminated. Its binding posts automatically clamp the wires, making loose connections impossible. Back then it was $7.50. Wow. And then we got another Morse code key here called the Jove detector holder. Interesting. Wow. The most perfect of crystal holders holds one or two different crystals at any form at once with the use of a clamp screw. A sensitive point of either crystal click found the correct pressure held constantly without moving a single screw or nut. Beautifully finished and mounted on a dark glazed porcelain. Wow, $1 back then. That's pretty cheap. Send for, okay, J.H. Bunno Coal Company, Incorporated, 32 Park Place, Broadway Block, New York. Wow. And then here's the contents of the whole magazine. That is really interesting. Wow. So we got December Radio Relay Bulletin, our services offered to the government, reliability and celerity, regular hours for listening, radio station of W.H. Carl Illustrated, list of station book, office league license, application for membership, special licenses, and the list goes on and on here. Wow. Let's see. Announcement. A little bit of an announcement issue there. Season opening. Wow, this is interesting. It's getting better every night. And wow. Looks like a good story there. So you may want to pause the video and read through this. That's a lot to read there. Oh, wow. And then it goes on to national defense. Are also services offered to government. Wow. So again, you might want to pause the video here and read all that if you're interested. And then it goes on to, looks like another form of more story here from the QST from December 1915. Wow. Let's see if anything of interest here. Some of our stations have already been a public service in establishing communications when floods have portrayed. Wow. That's amazing. So again, if you want, pause the video and read all this. For those of you who are really, really interested in the ham radio department. And then it goes on some more here. Reliability. And wow, that is really neat. Oh my. This was actually the very first setup back then. Wow. Yeah, the old transmitter right here, where my mouse cursor is pointing, the very first transmitters. And then it looks like maybe a big, I'm not sure, I can't make out what that is, but looks like it used to belong to a W.H. Carl in Lewis, Missouri. Wow. I've always was intrigued by these, how they first worked. That was really amazing. And a lot of them were first built that way. That is, wow. And then more of the same story here. The list of stations book and the official league license. Another vital important factor in securing reliable transmissions is the list of stations book. This book must be at hand ready. Okay. Wow. Truly amazing. Truly amazing. And then it goes on for more interesting details here. Special licenses. And then we got some more here. picture's pretty rough though. It looks like it was a relay station. It belonged to a J. Lippert at one time, looks like. Wow. Really neat, really neat. And then got a neat antenna wavelength here. That's interesting. Wow. Many amateurs are proficient operators, but have only a vague idea of the theory of electromagnetic waves. Yeah, for example, you continually transmit horizontal waves, but you have ever pictured what happens when you send a dash? To explain the either ways, let's consider vertical aerial. So it explains all that. And then how waveforms work here. Wow. Well, that's very interesting. I'll have to look deeper into that. So that is very interesting. Holy moly. Wow. That's a very vintage picture there. And then more of the same wavelengths. Looks like it was water is a conductor. It'll be seen from this explanation. Really? That manufacturers have been omitted, but enough has been enough to give it the form of basis of more elaborate theory? Interesting. Wow. So again, if you want to pause the video, read through all that, you're more than welcome to. Let's see what else we got. Name and street, town and state if you wanted to. Wow. Okay, latest list of additions to American Relay League. List of stations. Wow. Now that is really interesting. I'll have to look some of those up. That is really neat. Some more Massachusetts, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska. Wow. Very, very nice. And this was back in 1915. Wow. That is really amazing. Truly, truly amazing. This is really incredible. Yeah, and I found this by accident actually. Here's a website, in case I didn't forget to mention, it's called www.worldradiohistory.com, and I'm going to make some videos on this, and I'm going to go through every one of these and make a video here. So there might be 20, 30 videos by the time I get done with all this. So this is part 1 of 30. So let's see. There's your spark gap. I remember the spark gap. Yeah, those were interesting. The spark gap. That was very interesting. The spark gap transmitters. Wow. Oh, wow. The very first headsets. And then we got a United States Weather Bureau here. I like that. The very first weather. Wow. Tried this headset for 10 days. Wow. That must have been something back in the day, the headsets. And then it looks like we got a very, very old transmitters. Pictures of some transmitters here. Wow. So let's see what it says. Attention, the Mignon appearance are absolutely our original design and construction, the only kind of its type on the market, manufactured exclusively by us. Many of our satisfied patrons are delighted in being able to hear Sayville and Tuckerton over their Mignon. Wow. Wonder where you can find those of today. That's amazing. Oh, very, very vintage. Very vintage. And then headsets, loose coupler. If you want to pause the video, go ahead. Chambers rotary spark gap. Oh, so that's interesting. Let's read that here. 1250 mahogany base, marble base, runs perfectly steady, gives a tone similar to a flute on 60 cycles, runs on 110 DC or AC, and is suitable for, I'm not sure what that says, to 1000 kilowatt motors, maybe it says. 1-inch shaft, maybe that says. Runs about 6,400 RPM with load on. Have slower motor at $11.50 on mahogany base, at $12.50 on marble. Wow. 5 cents in stamps. Brings our new illustrated catalog, positively none sent otherwise, from FB Chambers in Colorado, 2046, Art Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Wow. And then you'll find, let's see, the audition detector and the best amateur radio wireless stations. A combination audio detector and amplifier set will assure you of results which are impossible with any other detector. Then it goes on to another different company and some other stuff here. Multi-audio phone. Wow. And then some more info there. You're more than welcome to pause the video and take a look here. And then the next issue of QST will be a wonder. There'll be an article in the oscillating edition. It will be written in language where no one can misunderstand. Another feature of this next issue worth watching for will be on the matter of volunteer radio corps. Wow. And then a little bit of miscellaneous. The Secretary of American Radio League offers a reward. Wow. A little story there. Truly amazing. Golly. Notice to all League radio stations, headquarters Hartford, October 20, 1915. At a meeting of the directors of the American Radio Relay League held at headquarters, it was voted to supply for the remainder of the year a list of stations book, one pad of message blanks. Wow, that's interesting. And then 1915 station appointment certificate to all relay stations in good standing who send in their stations due of 50 cents before December 6. Wow. Members who have not yet secured their list of stations, book, messages, blanks, and station appointment certificate. I can't even speak right. So certificate should take advantage of this opportunity and get their orders in immediately. Wow. By Clarence D. Tuska, Secretary, I think is how you say it. The list of stations book. Wow. Wait, that's something. Oh, wow, another type of rotary spark gap. That's really cool. Wow, I'm amazed. Man, oh man, that is truly amazing. Rotary spark gap is required in every transmitting station by the federal authorities. For this reason, this type of gap produces a pure wave of low damping decrement, maybe it says there. I'm not quite sure. Put in the comments below whatever you think. What do you think about this? Wow, that is really amazing. But that must have been pretty noisy back then. If you were standing here and then the spark gap off to your side there, wow, then that must have been kind of noisy to hear all the time, I'm sure. Oh, and then that's it for this edition of QST 2015. And wow, that is truly amazing. That's wow. I'm impressed with that. That is really neat. So, tune in for another video of the 19 vintage... Wait, let's go back. Let's see. Before I... blah. Let's see. Let's go back to the original here, if I can find where I'm at here. Okay. So, tune in for another edition of 1916, January through December. So, we're going to make some videos on that here of the QST. And wow. There's a whole bunch here that we need to check out. I mean, wow. I'm going to have some fun with this. So feel free to pause the video and read through whatever I didn't get and miss, and enjoy all these right here. This is really neat. The QST price. And then got a QST amateur radio over here. Once I learned how to point correctly. Got a QST... where am I going here? QST amateur radio. Liberty number, another one here that says amateur radio. That looks like a fun one to read. And wow, so all these are vintage 1915s through, looks like 1915 through, let's see here, 1915 through all the way through 1969. Wow, that's really awesome. That's nice. So all right, I'll tune in to part 2 of QST, of the vintage QST, and we'll be tuning into 2016. So, bye-bye, everybody. Take care, and from KF7IWA, like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.